We have been reading from the 5th chapter of Matthew's Gospel for the past few weeks. Matthew was writing to the Jewish community, so he wants to picture Jesus as the new Moses, taking us beyond the Ten Commandments. Don't misunderstand why I have come, he said. It isn't to cancel the law of Moses and the warnings of the prophets. No, I came to fulfill them and to make them all come true. Matthew then presents this fulfillment of the law, beginning with the Beatitudes. The Beatitudes present a picture of Jesus, for he embodies the lifestyle represented. We have a lovely picture of the Christian as he ought to be. You can't tell a person is a Christian just by looking at them. But if you are around him for a while and watch him and see how he lives, you should be able to tell if he is a Christian. I think the worst thing that could be said at a funeral is, I never knew he was a Catholic. A Christian represents Jesus by living the Beatitudes. Our passage from Matthew a couple of weeks ago presented Jesus speaking to the people and telling them that anyone belonging to the kingdom of God was salt of the earth and light of the nations. His followers are to make things better, to be a blessing, and to light up the dark places with honesty, kindness, forgiveness, virtue, and purity. Last week, Jesus asked his disciples to have the outside agree with the inside, and the inside of a person to agree with the outside. People in the kingdom would have hearts that live in righteousness. Whenever you do, and your service to God is looked upon as a gift brought to the altar. You know, Jesus said it would be better to stop bringing your gift if you have a bad relationship with someone else. Leave your gift there and go and be reconciled. This week, Jesus continues to outline what his followers would look like. He is not presenting something we ought to do, but rather a description of how people live who are a part of the kingdom. If you are in the kingdom, it is a kingdom of right relationships with our God and right relationship with our neighbor. This is how we are to live. If you are not living this way, you are not in the kingdom. It's as straightforward as that. How are we to live with one another? A readiness to resent injuries, a quickness in taking offense, a quarrelsome and contagious disposition, a keenness for asserting our rights, all are contrary to the mind of Christ. Unfailing courtesy, kindness, tenderness, consideration for others, promoting peace and charity in the world. That's what makes us different from the world. All you have to do is look at the world now through the media and know that the world is not following the way of Christ. But we should be that world. The world will know you are my disciples if you do what I tell you. You are fortunate in terms of sermons. I listen to the sermons of the priests here and the deacons. They're all quite good, I think. I've been places where the priests are terrible and the deacons are worse. So you are not only privileged in having these sermons, but you're privileged in having 3 more of them in the bulletin. So look in the bulletin. Also in the bulletin, as you know, Lent begins this week. In the bulletin, there are a number of activities you might take part in during this Lenten season.